The Galactic Republic is threatened by a separatist movement organised by Dooku, Count Dooku.
If you're feeling all you kind of could be your man up with.
Dooku.
If your knees go and your teeth go, maybe you bumped into.
Dooku.
He flies through the night looking for a bite, but he's back home by daylight.
Dooku.
If you sort of or you're a little, it's certain you run into.
Dooku.
If your heart goes or your mind goes, man, you had a brush with.
Dooku.
So jump for the beware of the and pray you'll never meet with.
Dooku. Count Dooku.
I like the way that Dooku has managed to scour the galaxy to bring in men who look like they're from a PlayStation 1 game.
Yeah,
It's quite
yeah,
a skill.
absolutely. They all look like. Do you know if you had like a space strategy game or something in about 1999?
Yeah.
you'd have pre-rendered characters as well as little pixel isometric characters who played your little units.
Yeah.
There'd be somebody phoning in and saying, "We're under attack in the South Quarter." They all look like that.
Yes, they do. The one you're missing, though, is Tim Curry saying space.
Space. If he turned up, it would be the best film ever made.
Oh, I'm surprised Tim Curry wasn't in a Star Wars. Padme
Yes.
is coming to Coruscant in a big shiny ship.
Yeah, so I thought, oh, maybe this will be better than I remembered, because the first shot of that shiny ship arriving and then
Yeah.
the sort of surface of Coruscant, all that stuff still looks really good. And then the ship explodes and it looks rubbish instantly.
Fucking awful. I'd love it if when the ship, because they land and
Yes.
the leader of her security team turns to a woman who's obviously Padme in disguise
Yes.
and says, "I guess I was wrong. There was no danger at all."
Yeah.
And just as the ship explodes, I want a trombone to fly out going... Anyway, she says, "I failed you." And I'm like, I'd say to her, "No, you precisely did your job."
You did exactly your job, yeah.
So Palpatine, meanwhile,
Yes.
he's doing what everyone does in this film. He's sitting down and talking.
Yep, that's right.
Yoda is now fully CG.
Completely CG, and it looks quite bad.
It
One of the
looks
better
awful,
looking characters, maybe, but it feels like they've turned the gamma up too high on
Yeah.
a bunch of the CGI characters. Like the lighting is, there's clearly like rendered lighting, but it's as though they've put them slightly too far forward in the project. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yoda feels like you could reach in and sort of dip your hand in the pool of his body. He looks so 2D. Palpatine says, "Oh, who do you think's behind all this?" And he goes, "Difficult to say. The dark side clouds everything." I'm like, you're sitting opposite a Sith and you can't even fucking detect it, you useless little frog cunt.
That's right, he's so close. He should be like stinking an aura of frog cunt.
He should be like, he should be have like a headache because he sat literally opposite a burning fire of Sith, but he's like,
That's right.
I don't know.
He at least should sort of like wee himself slightly and go, "I don't know why I'm doing that."
Yeah, just useless. He says that, well, Yoda says, "I think we should put Padme under the protection of the Jedi."
Yeah, the Jedi Peacekeepers, he might as well have said.
Yeah, and Jimmy Smits goes, I'm not sure about that. I was in LA Law.
I like Jimmy Smits in this, and I think he's one of the people who... I've got a few sort of gold stars to award, and Bail Organa gets one of them, just because he doesn't really have anything to do.
No.
But you look at him and you go, I believe that you are a Star Wars, like, upper crust official. You go, yeah, absolutely, well done, good choice.
Also, he's an actual human being and not CG. Which is
That
nice.
really helps, especially in this movie, yeah.
Obi-Wan and his Anakin in a lift, and a clear reshoot because Ewan McGregor's wearing the worst wig and fake beard I've ever seen in my life.
And there he is standing next to a massive, great big slab of Canadian bacon.
Yeah.
Hayden Christensen, Episode 2's Jar Jar.
Good to see you again, Jar Jar.
I feel sorry for him, though, because
I know.
the script doesn't help. I think he does all right.
I don't know that I would agree with that, but I think that for both him and Natalie Portman, it's like they've been made to do the scene riding a mechanical bull that is named the script. Every single time they turn up on screen. Every character, in fact. I don't envy them in the slightest. I think Christensen he's really badly chosen for a bunch of reasons. I don't think he's necessarily a bad actor at all. I've not seen him in anything else.
In this particular case, I was looking for somebody who was very boyish and young, but had sort of a James Dean sullen edge to him.
He just so isn't right for this at all. Like, I don't know what made them go, yeah, that guy. But I think the casting director should have been fired.
You look at those eyes, and there's just so much happening there.
Yeah, but I think possibly it's because they're just not really directed, are they?
Well, yeah, wasn't it Mark Hamill, forgive me if I've brought this quote up on this show before, but I think Mark Hamill at one point said, if George Lucas could direct a movie without actors, he would do it.
Yeah. We meet Jar Jar again, who is now Sir not appearing in this film.
Sir not appearing in this film.
Yeah.
When Anakin is kind of watching Padme through a doorway, and she's having a sort of quite close chat with Jar Jar, and it had the vibe of somebody kind of who fancies a girl watching her interacting with her inadequate current boyfriend.
Yes.
And it made me think, have Jar Jar and Padme been knocking boots in?
Yes, they have.
I think they probably have. That's my fan.
Me so horny, Padme.
Me so horny.
Me love you long time. Padme says, Anakin, you've grown. And he should go, I fucking sure right, I have,
That's
baby.
right,
You know what I mean?
baby.
And he says, you've grown more. Beautiful, that is. And it's played like such a sort of jock rapist.
Suck me, beautiful.
What did you just say?
Suck me, beautiful.
His whole performance in this is a jock rapist.
That's how he feels the entire time. And he smiles like he's basically like grooming her.
Yeah.
Like he's gaslighting her or something. And it's this sort of evil grin.
Yeah.
And you go like, no, man, absolutely not. No, let's not. No. Let's not do that face.
Suck me, beautiful!
He then gets all cheeky with Obi-Wan, doesn't he?
Well, he's constantly getting all cheeky with bloody Obi-Wan.
Yeah, Obi-Wan's like, well, we're here. We're not going to investigate. We're just here to look after you. And he's like, why?
What?
Because you'll know your place, young one. Why? Look, step outside. Could you mind stepping outside for a minute? Shut the fuck up. You're making us look like cunts.
Don't you undermine me in front of the royalty, okay? Yeah, you could have used a bit more of that, I think, Anakin. If Obi-Wan were a bit harsher of a taskmaster, I think maybe Anakin would have flown right, and the Darth Vader whole thing wouldn't have happened.
He just weren't ready, was he? Oh, Qui-Gon, stupid Qui-Gon. It's all his fault.
I would say I think Obi-Wan graduates pretty effortlessly up into the Qui-Gon Jinn sanctimonious but an idiot role.
Yeah. Did you watch the Obi-Wan TV series?
I didn't. We've talked about this before. I didn't. And you said it was mainly him looking sad.
Qui-Gon appears at the end as a Force ghost.
Oh, nice.
And he goes, all right. And he goes, yep. And he goes, okay. And that's the end.
Has Amidala had a Jerry curl?
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, a bounty hunter called Django Fett.
Django Fett.
Has hired someone called Zam Wessel.
That's right.
To kill Padme with worms.
Worms! Now, this is about where Obi-Wan does the coolest thing he does.
Oh, yeah, the window jump.
He jumps straight through the window. I love that. Because, again, that sort of... There are bits in this film where you occasionally get a slight glimmer of like, there could have been a good version of this.
With a good action director, that could have been a really exciting scene. So there's a chase through Coruscant with Anakin in a flying car.
Yes.
Which is supposed to be exciting, but it's very tedious.
Very, very tedious. And again, Hayden Christensen, not the right choice for this film, because you see him clearly on the green screen stage behind the wheel of this car, and his face is just absolutely dead. And it's almost like you can hear him going, yeah, zoom, zoom, and whatever. Yeah,
beep, beep, out the way. But I like
Get
the
out
line.
of my car, Anakin.
I like the line.
No.
If you spent as much time practicing your saber techniques as you do your wit, you would rival Master Yoda as a swordsman.
Yeah, that's right.
You spent as much time practicing your saber techniques as you do your wit, you would rival Master Yoda as a swordsman.
What wit? What are we talking about here?
I don't know. Lines like, I thought you didn't like flying, Master.
I forgot you don't like flying.
I couldn't find one that had the nice colour.
I couldn't find a speeder that I really liked.
Did you like the bit where they drove through the force field and Obi-Wan turns into Ramsay Nesbitt?
Now let's away and make beasts of ourselves.
Yeah, I did.
He goes,
How often do I have to tell you not to fly so close to the power couplings? How often does it come up, Obi-Wan?
Never. They land in that market thing and they go in the bar and then we get the, wanna buy a death stick?
Death sticks. Eben Sleaze Bagano.
That's his name, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even Sleaze Bagano. Yeah.
Sleaze Bagano. And now
Fucking
I
hell.
absolutely Mandela affected myself into believing that this character was played by Giovanni Ribisi.
Oh, I had it as
So-
Seth Green in my head, so we both
Oh, really?
done
Well,
that.
both very similar in the same... Well, we have to apologise to Seth and Giovanni.
So there's cameos here. So you've got Anthony Daniels as a patron.
Oh, is he? I didn't spot him.
You've got the guy who plays Jar Jar Binks.
Ahmed Best, yeah.
And you've got, I think, NSYNC are knocking
Are
about
they in there?
it. Yeah, I think so.
Brilliant.
But yeah, he cuts off the bounty hunter's hand.
That's right. The classic Jedi move.
And
We're very moral. We wouldn't kill anyone. We just mutilate them for
just
life.
fucking mutilate them. Years later, he cut off bum face's
chin.
mate.
Yeah, bum mouth.
Yeah.
Anus mouth.
Anus
I think his name is Anus Mouth
Yeah.
in Star Wars.
I wanted in 28 systems for being an anus.
And then no, the guy next to him says, "My friend doesn't like you."
Yeah.
And Luke turns to him and says, "Oh, is that true?" And then he just goes,
Is that what he says? Yes.
"Yeah,
He's got an anus for a mouth. That's very offensive. Take it back.
You're welcome."
And then I look forward to Disney Plus 2027, the Star Wars story. Is that Tom Hardy playing him?
Yeah.
Because he'd have the mouth covered. I was raised in the... You've really adopted it. So she's about to tell him.
Yep.
I think it was someone dart in the neck.
I like that was a good bit of action direction.
Yeah.
Is the dart goes in, then you hear the echo of the gunshot after.
I mean, that's one thing you're always going to have with these films is excellent sound design.
Yeah, brilliant sound design and sort of little production decisions like that. Very good.
So then the Jedi Council is like, well, you need to go and look into who this bounty hunter is.
I know who I'd like to look into who it is. Who the fuck is the guy sitting behind Obi-Wan at the start of this scene with cousin It hair all the way down itself?
Oh, yeah.
A mermaid tail poking out and like hideous Cthulhu claws like sticking out of the hair pile. And we never see another shot of that guy.
No.
I'm sure we don't. And he certainly doesn't turn up at the end for the massive fight in the... I don't know, It's like seeing a ghost in the film. It's horrifying.
I'm sorry to tell you this, Tom, but he's disabled.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that's just a normal human character.
a normal human. So then they say, well, Anakin, meanwhile, we want you to protect Padme. It's like, well, shouldn't you give that to a proper Jedi rather than a Padawan?
Also not one that's constantly staring at her like he wants to attack her.
Not one that keeps whispering, I want to come on your tits.
Yeah.
While Padme packs,
Yes.
Anakin talks kindly about Obi-Wan before then going from 1 to 100 miles an hour in seconds to talk about what a piece of shit he is.
I fucking hate him. He's holding me back, yeah.
As wise as Master Yoda and as powerful as Master Windu. He's overly critical. He never listens.
That then carries
What?
on for the rest of this film
Yeah.
in a few key moments.
He just seems deeply, deeply unhinged. I know
Yeah,
that's supposed to be the
he's
point, but
nuts.
not... Yeah. I mean, if the Jedi Council were at all competent and not lazy fucking hippies,
Yeah, well,
they'd
it's
be like,
fucking
we
useless.
can't have that guy in here. He's fucking mental.
To be fair, they tried to until Qui-Gon Jinn basically forced their arms, then died, guilting them into accepting him.
But he's dead now.
You know?
Just say it didn't work. And,
Yeah,
give him a
fair.
job
I mean,
in the
Obi-Wan's-
post room or something.
Obi-Wan really does seem like, certainly in this film, he seems like he'd be quite happy to just go like, yeah, fucking sack him. Can't stand the guy.
They then set off for Naboo. Anakin decides to crack his best joke.
Yeah.
She goes, I'm a bit worried about everything, a bit stressful. And he goes,
Don't worry, we have R2 with us.
Yeah.
massive laughter.
It's not a bad joke, but it's that thing of it hints at one of the bigger problems with this film, which is that everybody speaks like they've been given dialogue to read by someone who's never met people or understood how they interact with each other or feel about things. Like it's been written by sort of like a Morlock, like a cave creature that's never encountered a person.
Obi-Wan goes to see the absolute abomination that is Dexter Jettster.
Yeah, I agree with you. Or at least I did agree with you till I saw his little moustache. Now I like him again.
I also noticed that it's always made me a bit ill because it's like he's got this head unit with shells on it.
Yeah.
But from the back, it looks like he's got a flat cap on backwards.
Yes, it does. And also, he's got a very... his robes look odd, which I think is a lot of people have commented on that. But then when you see the reverse shot of him talking, his sort of goiter, what do you call it? Like his double chin, sort of, his comb moves really strangely, and it sort of wibbles around at its own volition.
And I strongly suspect that if you were to lift that flat cap, he's got cornrows, I think.
Hey, Obi-Wan! I got an extensive catalog of obscure pornography in the back. Do you want some?
I call it Majawa juice.
Yeah, and we all know what that is.
God.
You're my oldest and dearest friend, Dexter Jetster.
In fact,
I like the moustache.
Many people would think that I know you better than Anakin because we've had a conversation.
Yeah. When we speak to each other, even though you're a chicken lizard made out of computers, it's more natural than when I speak to Anakin. You're my best friend.
But we find out that this dart that killed the bounty hunter
looks like it's from the cloners on Camino to me.
They're beyond the outer rim.
He'd know.
Yeah.
I rimmed a Jawa.
I don't want to know. Just tell me about this fucking dart. Jesus.
You've never rimmed anything until you've rimmed a Jawa, Obi-Wan.
I'm starting to think less of Obi-Wan for being friends with this guy.
I know. I think he's one of those things that he just needs information from, but just put up with these terrible perverse...
Yes, all right. Yes, lovely. Yeah. Christ. Well, let's move on.
Depending on the size of
so
your
much of this boring film.
pocketbook.
Oh, yeah. He means knob, doesn't he?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
How big your pocketbook is.
So Obi-Wan can't find trace of this planet.
No.
But he goes to see Yoda and the younglings. Mm-hmm. At number 1 this week, Yoda and the younglings.
Yoda teaching the younglings how to use their training lightsabers is like getting Jesus Christ to teach beginners swimming, I would say.
It's terrible. What a waste of his time.
Yeah. Complete waste of his time. He's literally been given a much more important question by Obi-Wan, but he's like, I'm quite busy at the moment.
Yeah. Busy teaching these fucking idiots.
These tiny children.
Stupid babies.
Some of which have horrifying computer faces.
They do.
They've held up incredibly badly.
He can't find it. Yoda goes, there's a space for the planet, gravity. What does that mean, younglings? And one of them goes, does it mean that they've been deleted from the archives, Master Yoda?
No, cunt.
Yeah, yes, that's right, yes.
No, you fuck you idiot.
He backhands the kid, and then I think it does mean that, actually, Master Yoda.
Yes, that's what I meant. Well done.
The kids have got little red patches on their face where he keeps slapping them.
Yeah, it's like, with suspiciously 3 fingers. Who did this?
Mace Windu. Windu Mace it was.
Oh, you lying bastard. Padme and Anakin go to Naboo, and she has a meeting with the new queen.
Yeah, now what's all this about the queen being an elected position?
Doesn't make any sense. Never mind all that, Tom.
Sorry.
C.O. Bibble's back.
Yeah! Pass me the chip on the left-hand side. That's it!
Can mean only one thing. Invasion. He doesn't do any of that in this one. He just panics. Oh, fucking...
Oh, God!
The Senate. Oh, the Senate are bastards. I hate them.
I'm on a ragger tip. Oh...
but the Queen says, I think we should keep our faith in democracy. And then Bibble says, what do you think, Anakin? Oh, sorry, what do you think, Jedi? And he's about to say something, and Padme goes, actually, he's not a Jedi, he's a apprentice. And he's like, hang on a minute. And she's like, no, you hang on a minute, I'm trying to talk. And he goes, no, you hang on a minute. And then she's just like, stop embarrassing me.
And the Queen sort of looks at them like, why is your dunderhead bodyguard mansplaining your own planet to you?
Exactly.
He's the most unlikable character ever created, I think.
It's just appalling. Camino is run by the kind of aliens you hear about abducting farmers. They've got the big eyes.
They've got the big eyes, yeah.
They were grey with big fat eyes, little mouths. They just stared while I peed. I don't think I was dealing with the top brass.
They look maybe the best of all of the CGI creatures, I think.
They look the best, but they move like shit.
They do. They move like they're weirdly hovering. And I think that's meant to be on purpose, like they're sort of strange, ethereal guys, but it does look bad.
Good voices, though. I think the lady is from Once Were Warriors, which is where Tamua Morrison's from as well.
Oh, really? Oh, interesting. Yeah, oh, cool. Yeah, she's great. She's got a really good presence in the film.
Really good.
The Prime Minister is expecting you.
And the voice of the president is really nice.
I trust you're going to enjoy your stay.
Yeah.
Sort of velvety.
he's an idiot. I mean, like a lot of
yeah.
people in this film, he's a complete idiot. Obi-Wan, he says, Jedi Master Calvin Sambuca. Calvin Sambuca. He ordered all these clones off me recently. And then Obi-Wan says, he died 10 years ago. The Prime Minister says, oh, do you think he'd have liked these clones, though? And you go, no, mate, your entire operation is built on a lie. Like, the billions and billions of credits you've spent developing this clone batch is all based on a complete... Does this not bother you at all? He just goes, no. Well, we should probably ask Cyber Diaz about it. It's like, no, I told you he's dead.
He's dead.
Yes, that's right, you did say that. So, but he placed the order. No, he's dead, mate.
Has he paid for it?
Come on.
Well, I looked into Cypher Diaz on Wikipedia.
Yes.
So he's a Jedi Master who died. Apparently he was killed by Private Pike. No, he said he was killed by the Pikes, but I wrote Private Pike.
Private Pike, okay, fair enough.
His spaceship was shot down by Private Pike.
Don't tell him, Cypher.
And then he says, I'm sure he would be proud of the army we created for him. And then Obi-Wan goes, the army? Dad's army.
Don't panic.
They're all based off of the semen of Captain Mannering.
I would much prefer that. All these like grumpy Arthur Lowe's having their like porridge in the dining hall below.
Stupid boy.
Stupid boy.
Panku, stupid boy.
Brilliant. What a great movie.
Yeah.
And then that means that Boba Fett canonically is Arthur Lowe.
That's right. Amazing. That's very cool. Boba, you stupid boy.
Bobby, you stupid boy.